party in Nigeria so far that has been created by a merger is the APC. Unfortunately, those who worked out its creation left the party before it took off and before it assumed the federal government. And its management went to strange and incompetent hands. That party has been described by so many as a union of strange bedfellows. In the case of the coalition of the united political parties, all the parties in the alliance still retain their individual identity and symbols and have been bound together in the national interest to respond to the abysmal failure of the current regime. The coalition parties have come together as a necessary emergency to give hope to all our people and are therefore committed to working together in support of a single presidential candidate to contest the 2019 presidential election. This is to ensure that we enthrone a true Democrat who will salvage the nation from the prevalent misrule of the APC government. All the parties in the coalition are committed to seek and put in office a democratic leader who will not be a dictator, but one who will genuinely secure the lives and property of our people, rebuild and redirect our nation's economy back onto the path of growth, respect human rights and freedoms, protect and respect the cherished values of democracy and the democratic institutions, and generally put right the country, which unfortunately has now been dangerously divided along ethnic, religious, and tribal lines. Therefore, the coalition of united political parties are committed and will work towards the enthronement of a national unity government in 2019 to replace the present APC federal government. The recent massive defections from the APC made recently by political personalities in the country is indeed a positive response of patriotic Nigerians to the call for a united front in the worthwhile struggle. The coalition of united political parties believes that a national unity government will banish the winner-take-all syndrome that had characterized previous administrations, particularly the present APC government, and halt any tendencies towards dictatorship. Therefore, the parties shall promote acceptable core values for the restructuring and devolution of power of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to be urgently initiated and concluded by the incoming government. The parties are committed to uphold the principles of internal party democracy and ensure that henceforth the electoral and security umpires act strictly within the dictates and ethics of their profession in the conduct of elections in Nigeria. There are already ominous signs in the horizon, as has been exhibited recently in the conduct of the Ekiti governorship election and the prevailing attacks on some states and national democratic institutions. The Coalition of United Political Parties, CUPP, must urgently establish a common agenda to fight and eradicate completely this growing menace in order to assure a flawless, free, fair, and peaceful general election. The parties shall encourage and amicably manage state alliances between themselves to ensure that the cooperating parties under the Grand Alliance emerge victorious at state governorships, state legislature, and National Assembly elections. This will assure that the incoming national government secures a comfortable legislative majority at the National Assembly in order to establish a harmonious relationship between the two tiers of government. To kickstart the operations of the CUPP, a few key committees have been created. These include the Blueprint Manifesto Committee, Publicity Media Committee, Strategy Committee, and the Contact Mobilization Committee. The Blueprint and Manifesto Committee is currently working on the Blueprint Manifesto, to which the incoming President and the National Unity Government will be committed. The manifesto will be a covenant with the Nigerian people to promote and enshrine common national interest issues and to broaden the base for nationwide inclusiveness and national competitiveness. The steering committee being inaugurated today, which will operate from these premises, will coordinate the activities of the Grand Alliance and ensure that all its members are carried along and that we speak with one voice. Let me most warmly appreciate all the leaders of almost 40 political parties committed to this national project for your magnificent efforts and cooperation that has enabled us to come this far. We are grateful for your sacrifice that you are making, and I see success in the horizon as we work earnestly to establish a country and society of our dreams for posterity. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We will be taking